If you want comfort, leave. If you want power, watch. This is Modern Mindset.
Have you ever made a plan, felt super motivated, and then, poof, a few days later, you're back to your old habits, wondering why discipline feels like an impossible mountain to climb? If you've ever beaten yourself up for not being disciplined enough, I want you to stop. It's not just you, and you're not broken. Today, we're going to dive deep into why discipline feels so incredibly hard in our modern world. And trust me, it has a lot less to do with your personal willpower than you think. Let's get one thing straight first. Discipline isn't about punishment or forcing yourself to do things you hate. True discipline is about choosing what you want most over what you want now. It's about aligning your daily actions with your long-term goals. But in today's world, that simple concept has become a monumental challenge. Why? Well, the first culprit is something I call the instant gratification machine. Our world is literally designed to give us what we want right now. Feeling bored? Scroll through endless videos. Hungry? Food is a few taps away. Craving connection? Ping a friend across the globe. This constant stream of easy rewards trains our brains to expect immediate satisfaction for minimal effort. The neurochemical behind this is dopamine. Every time you get a notification, a like, or a quick laugh from a meme, your brain gets a tiny hit of dopamine. It feels good. So when it's time to do something hard, like studying for an exam, working on a long-term project, or going to the gym, your brain basically throws a tantrum. It screams, "Why would we do that boring, difficult thing when we could get a dozen dopamine hits in the next 5 minutes just by looking at our phone?" We're living in a world that has fundamentally rewired our brain's reward system, making delayed gratification feel like an alien concept. It's not a lack of willpower. It's a neurological battle against an environment designed to defeat you. Next up is the paradox of choice, or what I like to call option overload. Think about it. A few decades ago, your entertainment options were a handful of TV channels. Your snack options were whatever was in the pantry. Your career path was often more limited and straightforward. Today, you have millions of movies, thousands of snacks, and an infinite number of potential hobbies, side hustles, and career pivots you could be pursuing. While having choices is great, having too many is paralyzing. This is called decision fatigue. Every choice we make, big or small, depletes our mental energy. By the time you've decided what to wear, what to eat for breakfast, and which emails to answer first, your cognitive resources for making disciplined choices are already running low. So when 3 p.m. hits, and you have to choose between finishing that report or watching just one episode of that new show, your tired brain will almost always take the path of least resistance. The sheer volume of options we face daily is a hidden drain on our discipline. The third major factor is the relentless cult of productivity and the hustle culture we see all over social media. We're bombarded with images of people waking up at 4 a.m., meditating, running a marathon, closing $1 million deal, and cooking a gourmet vegan meal, all before lunchtime. This creates an impossible standard. We see these highlight reels and think, that's what discipline looks like. When our own reality doesn't match up, we feel like failures. This comparison game is brutal. Instead of inspiring us, it often leads to burnout and a sense of hopelessness. We think, if I can't do it all perfectly, why bother trying at all? This all-or-nothing mindset is the enemy of sustainable discipline. True discipline is messy. It's about starting small, being consistent even when you don't feel like it, and forgiving yourself when you slip up. Not about achieving a flawless, Instagram-worthy routine 24/7. Let's also talk about the decline of clear structures and routines. For much of human history, life was more structured. The sun rising and setting dictated the workday. Meal times were fixed. Community and religious rituals provided a steady rhythm to the week. Now, with remote work, flexible hours, and a 24/7 global economy, those external structures have dissolved for many of us. We are the sole architects of our own day. While this freedom is amazing, it also places an enormous burden on our self-discipline. We have to be our own boss, our own timekeeper, and our own cheerleader. Without those external guardrails, it's so much easier to drift off course. We have to actively create the routines that society used to provide for us, and that takes a conscious, daily effort. So, we're fighting our brain's reward system. We're paralyzed by choice. We're comparing ourselves to impossible standards, and we're missing the external structures that used to guide us. It's no wonder discipline feels so hard. It's like trying to swim upstream in a raging river. But don't lose hope. Acknowledging these challenges is the first, most powerful step toward overcoming them. So what can we do? We have to fight fire with fire. The first strategy is to engineer your environment for success. If your phone is the biggest source of distraction, don't rely on willpower to ignore it. Put it in another room when you need to focus. Make it invisible. If you want to eat healthier, don't stock your pantry with junk food. Make the healthy choice the easy choice. This isn't weakness, it's strategy. You're reducing the number of decisions you have to make and removing temptation at its source. You're creating your own structure. Second, embrace the power of starting ridiculously small. Forget the 4 a.m. wake-ups if you're currently rolling out of bed at 8. Want to meditate? Start with 1 minute, just one. Want to exercise? Do 5 push-ups. The goal isn't to transform your life overnight. The goal is to build momentum and prove to yourself that you can be consistent. These tiny wins build a new identity. You're not someone who is trying to be disciplined. You are someone who meditates for 1 minute every day. That shift in identity is everything. Consistency over intensity. Always. Third, you have to redefine what success looks like. Ditch the all-or-nothing mindset. Did you plan to work out for an hour, but only managed 15 minutes? That's not a failure. That's a 15-minute win. Did you stick to your diet all day, but had a piece of cake at a party? Enjoy the cake and get back on track with your next meal. Discipline isn't a tightrope you fall off of. It's a path you walk on. Sometimes you might wander off the path for a bit, and that's okay. The important part is to gently guide yourself back without shame or judgment. Progress, not perfection, should be your mantra. And finally, connect your discipline to your why. Why do you want to achieve this goal? Don't just say, I want to be healthier. Dig deeper. I want to be healthier so I have the energy to play with my kids. I want to finish this project so I can feel proud of my work and create more financial security for my family. When your actions are tied to a deep, emotional reason, it's no longer a chore. It becomes an act of self-love and a commitment to the future you truly desire. Write your why down. Put it somewhere you can see it every single day. When motivation fades, and it will, your why will be the fuel that keeps your discipline going. So, the next time you feel like you're failing at being disciplined, remember this: the game is rigged, but you can learn the rules and start to rig it back in your favor. It's about designing your environment, starting small, celebrating progress over perfection, and connecting to your deeper purpose. It's not about being harder on yourself. It's about being smarter with your approach. You have what it takes. You just need the right strategy for the world we live in today. Thanks so much for watching. If this resonated with you, let me know in the comments which of these challenges you face the most. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos on how to build a life you love. See you in the next one. Ever wondered why so many men work their entire lives, from their 20s all the way to their 60s, and still end up struggling financially? It's a harsh reality for millions. They're not lazy, and they're certainly not stupid. They're hardworking, dedicated family men. So, what's the problem? The truth is, they're following a path that was designed for mediocrity, a script for a life of just getting by. From the moment we're born, we're handed this playbook. The rules are simple. Go to school, get good grades, find a stable job, work hard for the next 40 years, save a little bit, and then, maybe, you can retire and enjoy your golden years. It sounds safe, right? It sounds responsible. And for a long time, it was. But here's the kicker. The world has changed dramatically. That safe path isn't so safe anymore. It's become a treadmill, and most people don't even realize they're on it. They're running faster and faster just to stay in the same place. The cost of living is skyrocketing, wages are stagnant, and that secure job can vanish overnight. The system that promised stability is now a breeding ground for financial anxiety. People are doing everything they were told to do, but the promised rewards never seem to arrive. They're stuck. They feel trapped in a cycle of working, paying bills, and having just enough left over to survive until the next paycheck. They trade their most valuable asset, their time, for a wage that barely keeps their head above water. Decades fly by, and they wake up one day wondering where all the years went, and why they have so little to show for it. Now, let's talk about the biggest, most seductive trap of modern life: comfort. Comfort is the silent killer of dreams. It's not a sudden, dramatic event. It's a slow, creeping poison that paralyzes your ambition. Think about it. Your phone is a gateway to endless distraction. Social media feeds that never end. Videos that autoplay one after another. Streaming platforms offer entire universes of entertainment, ready to consume your nights and weekends. It is so easy to just sink into the couch after a long day at work and let the hours slip away. Each scroll, each episode, feels harmless in the moment, but it adds up. It's 1,000 tiny cuts. Most people don't lose their future in one catastrophic mistake. They don't gamble away their life savings or make one terrible business decision. No, they lose their future slowly, quietly. They lose it hour by hour, day by day, choice by choice. The choice to watch one more episode instead of reading a book. The choice to scroll through social media instead of working on a side hustle. The choice to hit the snooze button instead of getting up to exercise. Ambition doesn't just disappear overnight. It erodes. It gets buried under a mountain of small comforts and easy distractions. You start telling yourself, I'll start tomorrow. But tomorrow becomes next week, then next month, then next year, and before you know it, you've accepted a life of mediocrity because it's comfortable. It's familiar. Challenging yourself is hard. Building something new is scary. It requires effort, sacrifice, and stepping out of that warm, cozy comfort zone. But that comfort zone is a cage, a beautifully decorated, climate-controlled cage, but a cage nonetheless. And the price of admission is your potential. So, what's the real difference? What separates the men who break free from this cycle from the ones who stay stuck? It's not luck. It's not genius-level intelligence. It's not a rich family. The difference between the average man and the successful man can be boiled down to one powerful word: discipline. It's that simple and that difficult. Discipline is the engine of achievement. It's the ability to do what you need to do, even when you don't feel like doing it. While others are hitting the snooze button, the disciplined man is already up, working on his goals before the sun rises. While others are binge-watching another series, he's learning a new skill, reading a book that expands his mind, or building a business in his spare time. He understands that small, consistent actions, compounded over time, lead to massive results. It's about tolerating discomfort. The successful man understands that growth happens at the edge of his comfort zone. The burn in your muscles when you push for one more rep at the gym. That's growth. The mental fatigue you feel after studying a complex subject. That's growth. The fear you feel before making a sales call or pitching a new idea. Pushing through that is growth. While most people run from discomfort, he leans into it. He knows that temporary pain is the price of long-term progress. He's willing to sacrifice the short-term pleasure of comfort for the long-term reward of freedom and achievement. Here's the most important lesson you need to internalize today. Nobody is coming to save you. Let that sink in. There is no knight in shining armor on the horizon. Your boss isn't going to magically triple your salary out of the goodness of his heart. The government isn't going to solve all your financial problems. Society has its own agenda, and it's not designed to make you wealthy or fulfilled. The cavalry isn't coming. You are the cavalry. The responsibility for your life, for your financial future, for your happiness rests squarely on your shoulders. It's both a terrifying and an incredibly empowering realization. It's terrifying because it means there are no excuses. You can't blame the economy, your boss, or your upbringing anymore. But it's empowering because it means you have the control. You are the architect of your own life. Your future will be built brick by brick, decision by decision, every single day. The choice you make when you wake up, the food you choose to put in your body, the information you choose to consume, the people you choose to associate with, the way you choose to spend your evenings and weekends. Every single one of these seemingly small decisions is a vote for the person you want to become. Are you casting a vote for a future of strength, freedom, and abundance? Or are you casting a vote for a future of mediocrity, struggle, and regret? The path to a better life starts now. It starts with one small, disciplined choice. Maybe it's waking up 15 minutes earlier tomorrow. Maybe it's deleting that distracting app from your phone. Maybe it's spending 30 minutes reading a book instead of watching TV. Don't try to change everything at once. Just start. Make one better choice today, then do it again tomorrow. Build momentum. Let discipline become your superpower. Your future self is depending on the choices you make right now. Don't let him down. Thank you for watching. If this message resonated with you, hit that like button and subscribe for more content to help you build a stronger future. See you in the next
Mindset.
one.
Life is a series of choices. Every day, you choose who you become. Some run from the storm. Others face it. Some quit when it's hard. Others climb higher. Discipline is built in silence. Strength is built in struggle. And confidence is earned when no one is watching. Build yourself every single day.
If you don't control your mind, it will control you. Your thoughts decide your actions. Your actions decide your identity. Most people never take control. You're not fighting the world. You are fighting your own mind. Discipline is identity. Control your thoughts. Control your emotions. Become the man you decide to be. Who controls your mind, controls your life.
Nobody cares about you. Not your excuses, not your pain, not your struggles. The world only respects results. No one is coming to save you. Build yourself or stay weak. Your choice.
Move in silence. Not everyone needs to know your plans. While they talk, you work. While they sleep, you build. While they doubt, you grow stronger. No excuses, no distractions, only discipline. Build yourself in silence. Let your results speak.
Life is not fair. It never was. It never will be. And the faster you accept this, the stronger you become. Some are born with every advantage. Others start with nothing, fighting for every inch. But reality doesn't care about your circumstances. It doesn't listen to complaints or excuses. It only rewards results. You will face rejection. You will experience loss. You will endure struggle and pain. This is not a punishment. It is the forge. Every setback is a lesson. Every drop of sweat, a testament to your will. You have a choice. Remain a victim of your circumstances, passive and resentful, or become a builder, taking disciplined action day after day. Life is unfair. Accept it, use it, grow from it. The moment you stop expecting fairness, you become dangerous.
Control your mind. Your thoughts are chaos. Breathe. Take control. Distraction is the enemy. Focus. Decide. Silence the noise. Master your thoughts.
Listen up. A powerful woman doesn't chase, she chooses. She doesn't seek approval, she commands respect. Forget needing attention. True power is controlling your world with silence, discipline, and dominance. It's about becoming completely untouchable. Ready to unlock that power? Subscribe and let's build your empire together.
comfort is destroying you, your comfort zone is a beautiful prison. It feels safe, but it kills your potential. Every day you choose easy, you become weaker, slower, replaceable. Growth lives in discomfort. Pain builds power. Struggle creates identity. Choose comfort, stay average.
Struggling with discipline. Here's a secret. Stop waiting for motivation. Motivation is a feeling, but discipline is a system. Start by creating a non-negotiable routine. Just one small thing you do every single day, no matter what. It could be a 5-minute workout, reading one page, or making your bed. The key is consistency. Build the system, and the machine will run itself. Follow for more tips.
Life is hard, but you win. Life is hard, a daily struggle. But you must be resilient. You must be powerful. Because in the end, you will be the winner. Every challenge you face is a stepping stone. Every setback is a lesson. Keep pushing forward. Never give up. Your victory is inevitable. Follow Modern Mindset for more motivational content.
Your mind is your biggest enemy. It wants comfort. It wants easy. It wants excuses. Winners control their thoughts. Losers obey them. Control your mind. Control your life. True power isn't about controlling the world, but about mastering yourself. It's the quiet strength to choose long-term achievement over short-term desires. This is self-control. It's the bridge between your goals and your reality, the foundation of a disciplined mind that leads to happiness. The first and greatest victory is the conquest of self. For in that victory, you find the strength to overcome any of life's challenges. Master your impulses, and you will master your destiny. Self-control is not a limitation. It is the ultimate form of power.
Life is hard, but you win. Life is hard, a daily struggle. But you must be resilient. You must be powerful. Because in the end, you will be the winner. Every challenge you face is a stepping stone. Every setback is a lesson. Keep pushing forward. Never give up. Your victory is inevitable. Follow Modern Mindset for more motivational content.
Ever look in the mirror and feel like something's missing? That was me. Just another face in the crowd, feeling stuck. I knew I wanted more, but the first step felt like the hardest. So, I started small. I decided to chase the sunrise, one step at a time. I traded endless scrolling for turning pages, finding new worlds in coffee shops. I even picked up a guitar, my fingers clumsy at first, but my spirit soared with every note I learned. I found a new kind of joy in giving back, connecting with my community. It wasn't about one big change, but 1,000 little moments of choosing to grow. Today, that same person in the mirror isn't stuck anymore. He's confident, he's capable, and he's just getting started. Your journey is waiting. Take that first step. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more inspiration.
If you want comfort, leave. If you want power, watch. This is Modern Mindset.
Most men are not failing. They are slowly surrendering to mediocrity, not through dramatic mistakes, but through comfortable routines, scrolling instead of building, avoiding difficulty instead of mastering it. And the scariest part, most people don't even realize it's happening. Mediocrity doesn't destroy you overnight. It sedates you slowly. Comfort has become the modern prison. Everything around you is designed to keep you comfortable. Food arrives instantly. Entertainment never ends. Distraction lives in your pocket. Your phone can consume your entire day without you creating anything. Hours disappear. Days disappear. Years disappear. And slowly, your standards begin to drop. Not because you are incapable, but because your environment is constantly pulling you toward ease. But mediocrity doesn't just happen. It is normalized. Society celebrates average performance, average discipline, average ambition. From childhood, most people are trained to fit in, not to dominate, not to question systems. not to create their own path. You are told to be realistic, to stay safe, to avoid risk, and slowly, your ambition shrinks. But beneath all of this lies something deeper: biology. The human brain is wired for survival, not greatness. Your brain wants efficiency. It wants comfort. It wants safety. Every time you avoid discomfort, your brain rewards that decision. And over time, comfort rewires identity. You begin to see yourself as average. Not because you truly are, but because your habits reinforce it. Your brain doesn't want greatness. It wants safety. Here is the truth most people avoid. Mediocrity is not forced upon you. It is chosen. Daily. Every comfortable decision strengthens weakness. Every avoided challenge lowers self-respect. And deep down, people know when they are capable of more, but they tolerate mediocrity because it feels safe. No one forces you to live average. You cooperate with it, one decision at a time. There are two types of men: average men and dangerous men. Average men wait for motivation. Dangerous men build discipline. Average men avoid pressure. Dangerous men seek it. Average men chase easy dopamine. Dangerous men chase mastery. Weak men wait for motivation. Dangerous men build discipline. Imagine two men waking up tomorrow morning. They have the same 24 hours. The first man grabs his phone, scrolls social media, watches videos, consumes content. The second man gets up immediately, trains his body, studies something valuable, builds something meaningful. At the end of the day, their lives look the same. But repeat that pattern for 5 years, and their lives become unrecognizable, because small daily decisions quietly determine who becomes powerful and who disappears. Mediocrity always demands a price: loss of self-respect, unfulfilled potential, living someone else's version of life, and eventually, regret. Because the most painful realization in life is not failure. It is wasted potential, knowing you could have become more, but never tried. So how do you escape mediocrity? You stop negotiating with comfort. You build discipline daily. You replace motivation with systems. You raise your standards. You become intolerant to average behavior in your own life. Because the moment you stop tolerating mediocrity, everything changes. Your habits change. Your mindset changes. Your identity changes. Mediocrity fears disciplined individuals. Because disciplined people disrupt the system. Every day is a decision: comfort or power, excuses or discipline. So become the kind of man mediocrity cannot survive around. And remember this: if this message resonates with you, part of you is already waking up. Now the question is simple: will you return to comfort or become dangerous to mediocrity? If you want a different life, you must become a different man. And that transformation begins the moment you stop accepting average.
Weak people scroll. Strong people build. Join Modern Mindset. If you want comfort, leave. If you want power, watch. This is Modern Mindset.
Most men are sleepwalking through their best years. They're convinced they have an endless ocean of time ahead of them. But the truth is, they're drifting in a shallow pond, and the water is evaporating faster than they think. They're trapped by comfort, distracted by noise, and paralyzed by the lie that someday they'll get serious about life. But someday never comes, and the price for this delusion is a future filled with regret. This isn't just about wasting time. It's about the slow, silent death of your potential. We live in a world that is expertly designed to keep you distracted. It's an invisible trap: your phone, your social media feeds. The endless stream of entertainment is all a carefully constructed maze to capture your attention and keep you hooked. Every notification, every new video, every like is a tiny hit of dopamine. A small reward that makes you feel good for a moment but keeps you chained to a cycle of consumption. You think you're just relaxing or killing a few minutes, but what's really happening You're trading your most valuable asset, your focus, for cheap, fleeting entertainment. This digital cage is so comfortable that most men never even realize they're prisoners. They scroll and swipe their lives away, believing they're in control, while powerful algorithms dictate their every move, ensuring they stay passive, consuming, and most importantly, never looking up to see the walls closing in. The destruction isn't a sudden explosion, it's a slow, quiet erosion. It's the one more episode that turns into a whole night. It's the quick scroll through social media that becomes an hour-long black hole. It's choosing junk food over a healthy meal because it's easier. These habits seem harmless on their own. They're just small choices, right? But compound these choices over days, weeks, and years, and they become a tidal wave that washes away your ambition, your discipline, and your dreams. You don't notice the damage in real time. There's no alarm bell that rings when you choose comfort over effort. Instead, you wake up one day at 30, 35, or 40, look in the mirror, and wonder who the stranger staring back at you is. You wonder what happened to the person you were supposed to become. The answer is simple. He was slowly buried under a mountain of small, comfortable, and ultimately destructive daily choices. Why do these years matter so much? Your 20s and early 30s are not just another decade. They are the bedrock upon which the entire structure of your life is built. This is the period where your energy, resilience, and capacity to learn are at their absolute peak. It's the time to forge your identity, not by consuming what others create, but by creating yourself. It's when you should be relentlessly acquiring skills, building a strong body, cultivating a sharp mind, and laying the financial groundwork for your future. This is your prime time for taking calculated risks, for failing and getting back up stronger, for building the discipline that will carry you through the rest of your life. If you waste these years on distraction and comfort, you're not just losing time. You are attempting to build a skyscraper on a foundation of sand. The life you want in your 40s and 50s, the freedom, the success, the fulfillment is bought and paid for with the hard work you put in today. One of the most dangerous traps for any man is the illusion of tomorrow. We tell ourselves, I'll start on Monday. I'll get serious after this one last weekend of fun. Once things calm down at work, I'll hit the gym. We romanticize tomorrow as this perfect, magical day where we'll suddenly have unlimited motivation, discipline, and energy. It's a comforting fantasy, but it's a lie. Tomorrow is the same as today. You will be the same person with the same habits and the same temptations. The perfect time to start does not exist. It's a psychological safety net we use to justify our inaction right now. Procrastination is the ultimate form of self-deception. It allows you to feel good about your intentions without ever having to face the discomfort of actually doing the work. But every time you say tomorrow, you are stealing a day from your future and adding another brick to the wall of regret. And then, one day, the illusion shatters. It might be at a friend's wedding when you see what he's built. It might be a reflection in a shop window that shows you a man you don't recognize. It might be a quiet moment late at night when the distractions fade and you're left alone with the stark, cold reality of your choices. This is the painful realization. It's you like a punch to the gut. The some days have turned into yesterdays. The potential you once felt buzzing inside you has faded to a faint whisper. You see the gap between the man you are and the man you could have been, and it's a chasm. This is a moment of profound, gut-wrenching pain. It's the feeling of being haunted not by ghosts, but by the ghost of your own unlived potential. It's the heavy, suffocating weight of knowing you had your shot, and you let it slip through your fingers one distracted day at a time. For many, this is where bitterness and despair set in. What separates the man who succeeds from the one who stagnates? It's not intelligence, talent, or luck. It's their relationship with comfort. The average man's life is a constant, desperate search for comfort. He seeks the path of least resistance. He wants rewards without risk, gains without pain. He avoids difficult conversations, hard workouts, and challenging projects. He lives in a self-imposed bubble of ease. The successful man. The man who builds an extraordinary life. But as the exact opposite, he actively seeks out discomfort. He understands that growth only happens at the edge of his abilities. He embraces the burn in the gym The struggle of learning a new skill, the fear of taking a necessary risk. He sees hardship not as something to be avoided, but as the very tool that forges him into a stronger, more capable version of himself. While one man is numbing himself on the couch, the other is building an empire in the arena of discomfort. The choice is that simple. So here is the final, brutal truth. Time is your most precious, non-renewable resource. It is slipping away whether you are paying attention or not. The universe does not care about your excuses, your intentions, or your plans for tomorrow. It only responds to action. You are born with a finite number of heartbeats, a finite number of sunrises. To waste them on trivial distractions is the greatest disrespect you can show to the gift of life itself. The weight of your future rests entirely on your shoulders. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to do the work for you. You must become your own hero or accept becoming a footnote in your own life story. The pain of discipline is temporary, but the pain of regret is eternal. The clock is ticking. What are you going to do about it? The choice is yours, and it always has been. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more.
Weak people scroll. Strong people build. Join Modern Mindset. If you want comfort, leave. If you want power, watch. This is Modern Mindset.
Your entire life is controlled by one daily habit. Let me say that again. One single habit you repeat every day determines everything about your future. It's not talent. It's not luck. It's not intelligence. It's this one habit that most people completely ignore because, frankly, it feels boring. But this habit is silently shaping your health, your wealth, and your happiness. Your life isn't a series of random events. It's the direct result of the one system you run every single day. But if it's that simple, if one habit truly controls everything, why do most people fail to build it? Here's the trap. People chase the fleeting feeling of motivation instead of building reliable systems. They want to feel excited to work out, to study, to build their business. But motivation is a feeling, and feelings are temporary. A system is an action, and action creates results. Instant pleasure is another enemy. Our modern world is a battlefield for your attention, and it's rigged to reward distraction. Scrolling through your phone gives you a quick hit of dopamine. Watching another episode feels good right now. This constant pursuit of immediate gratification destroys the long-term discipline needed for real success. Think about it. Most people start strong. That New Year's resolution, that new diet, that new project. They're fired up for a week, maybe two. But then, the first sign of discomfort hits. The initial excitement fades, and the grind begins. This is the moment of truth. This is where most people collapse. But here's a critical point. People don't fail because they're inherently weak. They fail because the path of comfort is always easier, always more appealing. And this isn't an accident. Your own biology is working against you. There's a deep-seated reason your brain resists building this powerful habit. It all comes down to energy conservation. Your brain is wired for survival, not for growth. For thousands of years, survival meant avoiding unnecessary effort and pain. Conserving energy was key. So when you try to force yourself to do something difficult, something that requires discipline, your brain sounds an alarm. It feels unnatural. It feels like a threat. This is your ancient survival programming kicking in. This is why immediate rewards almost always overpower long-term thinking. Your brain isn't designed to appreciate a reward that's months or years away. It wants the reward now. It's built for today's survival, not for tomorrow's potential. But the real problem goes even deeper than biology. It's about your identity. Your identity, your self-image, shapes your behavior far more than your goals ever will. People act in a way that is consistent with who they believe they are. If you see yourself as someone who isn't disciplined, you will act that way, no matter how much you want to change. A weak identity creates weak habits. The fear of discomfort isn't just about avoiding physical or mental strain. It's about protecting your current identity. To become a disciplined person, you have to let go of the undisciplined version of yourself. And that feels like a kind of death. It's scary. This is why you don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your identity. And now we arrive at the brutal truth most people refuse to hear. It's not that people lack discipline, it's that they actively choose comfort. Laziness is often just confusion in disguise. People say, I don't know where to start, when what they really mean is, I'm not willing to do the hard work. Deep down, most people secretly prefer an easy life over a meaningful one. They talk about wanting greatness, but their daily actions scream that they want comfort more. Real change requires killing your old self. You have to be willing to destroy the person you are now to become the person you want to be. You're not stuck. You are consciously or unconsciously choosing the easier path every single day. This choice creates a massive, ever-widening gap between two types of people. Winners focus on their daily habits. Losers chase motivation. Winners act despite their feelings. Losers wait until they feel ready. Strong people build systems that carry them through the tough days. Weak people build a fortress of excuses. These small, seemingly insignificant daily habits compound over time into massive, life-altering differences. The gap between the powerful and the average isn't a mystery. It's simple one acts. The other waits. You see this difference play out in real life everywhere till people wake up at the exact same time. One gets up and immediately trains, building their body and their mind. The other grabs their phone and starts scrolling, feeding their brain a diet of distraction and comparison. One person is building discipline, brick by brick, every single morning. The other is reinforcing a habit of distraction. They started at the same point, but their daily habits are sending them on wildly different trajectories. After a few months, the results are no longer comparable. They are worlds apart. One person is actively changing their future. The other is perpetually postponing it, always telling themselves, I'll start tomorrow. And the long-term consequences of this postponement are brutal. If you ignore this habit of daily discipline long enough, your life doesn't just stay the same. It shrinks. Your potential withers. Your world gets smaller. Opportunities pass you by. Regret starts to build. But here's the good news. The solution is simpler than you've been led to believe. It doesn't require some secret formula or a life-changing epiphany. The habit is this: daily discipline, regardless of your mood. It's the commitment to take action before you check in with your emotions. It's about focusing on consistency, not intensity. You don't need to have a perfect workout every day. You just need to show up. The goal isn't to be a hero for one day. The goal is to become the type of person who executes day in and day out, no matter what. The habit that changes everything is simple. Do what must be done every single day, whether you feel like it or not. And once you build this single habit, everything else starts to fall into place. This one habit of daily action reshapes your identity. When you consistently do hard things, you start to see yourself as a person who does hard things. Discipline doesn't restrict you, it creates true freedom. The freedom from your moods, the freedom from your own self-sabotage. Your future depends entirely on today's actions. The decision must be made now. Are you going to continue down the path of comfort, or are you going to take the first step on the path of discipline? Your future is being built right now by what you do daily. Choose discipline or choose regret. Build the person you want to be in the quiet moments of daily effort, or stay a prisoner, controlled by your craving for comfort. The choice is yours. Thank you for watching. If this message resonated with you, subscribe for more content to help you build a stronger life.
Weak people scroll. Strong people build. Join Modern Mindset. If you want comfort, leave. If you want power, watch. This is Modern Mindset.
Have you ever felt like you're on a different wavelength from everyone else? Like you're in a room full of people, but you've never felt more alone? It's a strange, almost paradoxical feeling. You might even wonder, is something wrong with me? Well, what if I told you that this feeling of isolation isn't a sign of being broken, but a sign that you're growing? What if it's a direct result of becoming more aware, more intelligent? Today, we're going to explore a fascinating idea. The smarter you become, the more isolated you might feel. Because awareness has a powerful side effect. It shatters the illusions we once lived by. Let's start with what we mean by smarter. I'm not just talking about IQ scores or book smarts. I'm talking about a deeper kind of intelligence, emotional intelligence, self-awareness, the ability to see patterns and connect dots that others might miss. It's the kind of intelligence that prompts you to ask why, instead of just accepting things at face value. When you start developing this kind of awareness, your perception of the world begins to change dramatically. Think back to when you were younger. The world was probably a simpler place. Right and wrong were clear-cut. Social gatherings were fun. Small talk was easy. We operated within a shared set of illusions, social scripts, and comforting beliefs that made life feel predictable and secure. For example, the illusion that if you follow a certain path, good grades, a good job, marriage, you'll be guaranteed happiness. Or the illusion that everyone in your social circle genuinely likes and supports each other. These illusions are like a cozy blanket. They keep us warm and make us feel like we belong. But as you gain more awareness, you start to see the threads in that blanket. You start to notice the inconsistencies. You begin to question the script. You might be at a party, and instead of just enjoying the lighthearted chatter, you see the subtle social dynamics at play. You notice the insincere compliments, the hidden insecurities behind the bravado, the conversations that are more about performance than connection. The small talk suddenly feels draining, empty. It's not that you're being judgmental. You're just seeing. You're seeing the reality beneath the surface. And that reality doesn't always match the pretty picture everyone else seems content with. This is where the isolation begins to creep in. Your friends are still talking about the latest celebrity gossip or complaining about their boss, and you find yourself zoning out. You want to talk about the meaning of it all? About personal growth, about the state of the world, about ideas that truly excite you. But when you try to bring these topics up, you might be met with blank stares or a quick change of subject. They're not on the same frequency. It's like you've tuned into a different radio station, and you can't go back to the old one. Awareness destroys the illusion of effortless connection. You realize that many friendships are based on proximity, convenience, or shared illusions, rather than deep, authentic connection. As you become more authentic yourself, you're less willing to pretend. You can't laugh at jokes you don't find funny. You can't nod along to opinions you fundamentally disagree with just to keep the peace. This commitment to your own truth can make you seem difficult or too serious. People might even pull away from you because your awareness inadvertently holds up a mirror to their own illusions, which can be uncomfortable. Let's take a common example. The illusion of the perfect career. Many people chase a job for the status or the salary, believing it's the key to fulfillment. But an aware person starts to see through this. They see the golden handcuffs, the soul-crushing routine, the fact that the job is taking more than it gives. While their colleagues are celebrating a promotion, the aware person is quietly wondering, is this all there is? They start craving work that aligns with their values, that offers meaning, not just money. This divergence in priorities can create a huge chasm between you and your peers. They see you as ungrateful or unambitious for wanting to leave a good job, while you see them as trapped in a system you no longer believe in. This process can be painful. It can feel like you're losing friends, like you no longer belong anywhere. But here's the crucial part. What you're losing isn't real connection. You're shedding the layers of illusion that were preventing you from finding it. This period of isolation is not a destination. It's a transition. It's the quiet, necessary space you need to recalibrate your life to match your newfound awareness. The universe way of clearing out the noise so you can hear your own voice more clearly. So, what do you do when you find yourself in this space? First, understand that you are not alone in feeling this way. Many of history's greatest thinkers, artists, and innovators have walked this path. They saw the world differently, and that vision often set them apart. Embrace the solitude. Use this time for introspection. Journal, meditate, walk in nature. Get to know this new, more aware version of yourself. What do you truly value? What kind of life do you want to build? What kind of people do you want to share it with? Second, seek out your new tribe. The internet has made this easier than ever. There are communities, forums, and groups dedicated to every niche interest and deep thought imaginable. Find people who are also asking why. Find the ones who are also on a journey of growth. When you connect with someone on this deeper level, the bond is incredibly strong and validating. One authentic connection is worth 100 superficial ones. You'll realize that you weren't weird or broken. You were just looking for your tribe in the wrong place. And finally, practice compassion for yourself and for others. It can be frustrating when people don't get it. But remember, everyone is on their own journey. They're still wrapped in the cozy blanket of their illusions, and that's okay. They may not be ready to see what you see. Don't look down on them. Instead, focus on living your truth with kindness and integrity. Your quiet example might be the very thing that inspires someone else to start questioning their own illusions one day. So, if you're feeling isolated because your awareness has outgrown your environment, don't despair. It's a sign of profound growth. You are breaking free from the matrix. You are waking up. The path of awareness can feel lonely at first, but it ultimately leads to a life of greater authenticity, meaning, and connection that is real and deeply fulfilling. You're not losing the world, you're gaining yourself. And from that place of solid self-awareness, you can build a new world, one that is aligned with the truth you've worked so hard to uncover. Thank you so much for watching and thinking along with me today. If this resonated with you, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear about your own experiences with this. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more conversations like this. See you next time.
Weak people scroll. Strong people build. Join Modern Mindset.